ここはワイポーは、フォーレストサンクチュアリといいまして、マオリ族がかつて住んでいた、大森林をですねそのままの形で残していこうということで設定されたサンクチュアリなんですね。でこの森林もですね次第に向こうからいろんな開発の手が迫ってきたりですね、いろんな問題もあったわけですが、今はこうして完全に残されることになったわけですね。ここにこの、ニュージーランドの北限といいますか、この地方の、マオリ族の大変な偉い長老の方がいらっしゃいまして、非常にかつて大昔のマオリの生き方やその自然観といいますかね、それを最も忠実に伝えていただける方なんです。この方とですねマオリの自然観およびこれからどういうふうに人類が地球と付き合っていったらいいか、そういうことについてじっくりと学んでみたいと思っています。
マオリさんの案内でまず訪れたのはワイポーワフォーレストの北にあるこの入り江。この一帯がマオリ族最初の祖先たちの到着地とされています。
今日はですね国際的な原住民族の意識の高まりといいますか、その中でこのニュージーランドとマオリ族、そしてその自然観といったことをお伺いしたいと思います。日本の方々でマオリ族って何だろうか、一体どういう人たちなんだろうかということが全く知らない人もいると思うんで、申し訳ないんですがそのあたりをお話しいただいて、それからこの歴史的な場所ですね、ここのこと、別に最初マオリ族が来た頃について少しお伺いしたいと思います。
We call this land Aotearoa.
Aotearoa.
Aotearoa. Before the British came here, that was the name we gave this land. And this later, of course, it became known as New Zealand. When Abel Tasman discovered this land in 1642, and that was nearly 1,000 years after my ancestors had arrived here in their ocean-going canoes. And across there, in that bay across there, our first ancestor arrived. And down here, there is, this is the first settlement, one of the first settlements in the country. And recently, we had an archaeological dig in which the carbon dating proves that they were living here in 650 AD, nearly between 13 and 1400 years ago. And so that's our background. Originally, we left from Indonesia, and our ancestors moved across the Pacific. About 500, 600 BC, and they began to move across the Pacific. The first lot came down into Western Polynesia, Samoa, Fiji, Tonga, those islands. And then the second wave, about 200 to 300 years later, went straight across to East Polynesia, to the islands of Hawaii, Tahiti, Easter Island, and Marquesas, near the American coast. And it was from there that our own ancestors came down south here into Aotearoa, New Zealand.
I see.
That's the brief background of our people. And then after those first ones came, then they came in fleets of canoes.
僕がね、何しろ釣り狂ってニュージーランドへたどり着いた時に僕がそこは釣っちゃいけないよって言われた湖があるんですよ。なぜかって聞けばこれはマオリの湖だと そうするとすごく大事にされてんだなと、非常にいいところをこうマオリ用にキープしてもらっているんだなっていうふうに感じたんですね。本当にそうなんだろうか、僕が感じた通りなんだろうか、で英国人とマオリとの間はうまくいってきたんだろうかということについてぜひ話していただきたいと思うんです。
As well, Captain Cook arrived here in 1769. He was one of the explorers, British explorers.
Yes.
And from that time on, others followed. And of course, they were a new people. We'd been isolated for nearly 1,000 years. And then suddenly we had these new people coming, and they got white, fair skins. And of course, we're brown-skinned people. And it was a bit of a culture shock for us. And then they made friends with us, began to trade with us. And by 1840, there were about 1,000 or so here. And they asked us to enter into a treaty, sign a treaty with them, and to allow the Queen of England at the time to establish her rule here in order to control her own people. And we were willing to share this beautiful country with others, but of course we had no idea that there were so many of them at the time. And so we entered into this treaty. And we promised to become partners. And they made certain guarantees, and we made certain guarantees. We said, you can share the resources of this country, but we want to retain the power or the authority over our lands, our seas, our forests, and so on. And that they had the right to sell them. Now, under the guarantee of the treaty, the resources belong to us. But by passing that law, they claim now that they own the resources, and so they're selling off the lands, they're selling off the resources to the multinationals as fast as possible. And so look around, you have the beautiful land we've got here, one of the most beautiful countries in the world. Now it's become attached to an economic end. The resources are now regarded as commodities. They have their price in the marketplace. And so, as a result of that, and what they've already done, see, all this place was in beautiful virgin forest one time. And you see, for us, there are different layers of life. You see, Mother Earth is the Mother Earth has everything within her in order to be able to allow life to produce itself and to sustain that life. So we call her Mother Earth. So that's this constant process of living and dying, and all the different layers of life sustaining it and helping to sustain each other. And now what we find in New Zealand and happening is that we bring in pesticides, and then all those organisms that break down and return, because we say that we come from Mother Earth and we return to Mother Earth. And so Mother Earth cannot cleanse herself, you see, and so we regard her as a living organism, and that we're part of that, and that man is the brain, is the consciousness of the earth, and that it is we who have the greatest power to keep this balance and this harmony within nature, and that's our job on earth.
Yeah. 極めて重要なことを今おっしゃってるわけですが、何しろ今もう世界的にですねこの ヨーロッパ文明の黄昏と言われているわけです。で結局この本当に美しくバランスしていたこのニュージーランドをですね、例えばこれ見てお分かりのように、ここは牧場ですよね。見渡す限り牧場を作った。それが儲かれば何でもやるというか、もう生産に見合えば、要するにそれがよく売れればもうどんな森林でも切っていくと、これ日本でも私たちがやってますよね。やはりそれをどっかでこうバランスしていかなきゃならないわけです。だから本当にここで自然と人間と動物とが共存してた時代の世界をですね、もう一回僕たちは学習しなきゃいけない時に来てると思うんですね。地球的な規模で。それを今日これからね、いろいろ森を歩いたりしながらですね、お伺いしていきたいというふうに思ってるわけです。
ニュージーランドの国内にはマオリ族が共同で所有するいくつかの集会所があります。その一つ、入江近くのオマペレ集会所へ足を運び、さらにマオリ族の自然観、哲学といったことについて講義を受けることにします。ここマオリ族の集会所には独特の木の彫刻が施され、一つ一つが彼らの神を象徴しています。その神への信仰の基本にあるのがマオリ族特有の自然観なのです。
So that man must regard all these things as his brothers and sisters in a sense. And he is the conscious mind of Mother Earth. And it is his duty to ensure that they are also cared for. These natural resources, they're part and parcel of himself. He's also of the earth. And so he can't avoid that. And so we're not here in order to abuse and misuse Mother Earth. She is our mother. And even as all these others depend on her, the birds, the trees, and so on, so we too depend on her. And without her, life cannot be sustained. So we must be very careful on how we look after her needs as well. She's an organism. She has a life of her own. She has all these systems operating within her in the same way as we do. And so it is, we are her guardians. And we must avoid polluting her. And we must be very careful that we keep the balance and the harmony between these other things. Because if you deplete, say, the birds in one area, who's going to take the berries and scatter them in other places and allow the new trees and things to grow from that seed? And if you kill off, say, the butterflies, the moths, and the bees, who's going to pollinate the flowers? So there is this tight network, this harmony has to be maintained, and this balance, so that we all depend on each other, and man depends both on them and also on Mother Earth. So we always have in our minds as a people that even as the babies feed on their mother's breasts, we too as human beings go to Mother Earth's breast in order to be sustained and to be fed. And so it is our job to look after them.
Yeah. この地区の四大森林の一つ、ワイポーワフォーレストは国の森林保護区に指定されていて、マオリさんはこういった自然林を守ることを強く主張しています。そして森林には学ぶべき多くのことがあると彼は言います。
日本ではこういうすごい大木、もう本当に僕はこれが現れた時びっくりしたんですけど、こういうすごい大木にはですね、神がいると昔からみんな崇め立ててきたわけです。でそういうことがマオリにも、マオリの人たちにもあんのかどうかですね、そこから、聞き きたいと思うんです。それと同時にマオリの自然観というかそういうものに話を進めていただければいいと思うんですけども。
This tree is called Tane Mahuta.
種マフタ。
Tane Mahuta. It is over 1,200 years old. Whenever we go to the forest, when we cut down trees, especially for making canoes and so on, our people always go through the prayer rituals before they do so. And so they make their peace with the god of the forest, with Tane, before they do any of that, which is a lesson for all of us, that we just don't go into the forest and destroy the forest. That there are certain things that we have to do, and the first thing we have to do is to learn to respect the trees and everything growing in it. In this forest there are lots of streams which feed the trees and so on. And of course when it rains, then it seeps down and you don't get floods, see, through the forests. And for us the earth is a living organism. And there are of her breasts we feed, and then we drink from her arteries, the streams, and then also the rivers and things, they cleanse her. This is part of a cleaning process, and getting rid of all the wastes in her, taking it down to the sea and so on, so that she is a living organism. And so that here we have the forest, the birds, mankind, animals, and all those sorts of things, depending one on another, but ultimately depending on Earth, who is the primary giver and the one who sustains us. And that is Mother Earth's function. She has a life of her own, as each thing has its own life. And so what our people teach, and when we were young people trained, for instance, you don't go to the sea, and when you catch fish, you don't clean it on the fishing grounds. You're polluting them. So you got to take them ashore. And when you chop a tree down, they're very careful to bring the chips together, and so they go through all these. But the primary reason for being so careful is that they're looking after, they're caring, and avoiding wastes being distributed through the thing. When they go through a forest, for instance, nowadays, some of our people, when they go through the forest, they see tins and litter around the place, they pick them up. They take it to a place and they put it together and ensure that, you know, that doesn't contaminate the whole forest, all these different things that happen.
あなたがその森はもう要するに母であると、それで川はお乳であるというふうにおっしゃいましたがね、僕はもう川の保護運動をやっててね、非常にそれがよく分かるんです。だから汚してはいけないんだということですよね。でなんかもう少しこう、確かねその直接的にその地球のその我々取り囲む環境のことを示す素晴らしい言葉をおっしゃったような気がするんですけども。
The relationship between man and Mother Earth is illustrated by the word Fenua. Fenua means the placenta in the woman, you know, when he gives birth.
Yes.
When the baby is in there, it receives its nourishment, and of course it's cushioned in the water in the womb, and through the umbilical cord gets all its nourishment. And that's our word for Earth, Mother Earth, so that man in relationship to the Earth receives his nourishment from her. And this shows that relationship between man and the Earth. We depend on her. We don't own her. But we belong to her.
Yes.
That's the Maori view. And then in terms of our relationships with each other, because we are a tribal people, we have no word like thank you in Maori language
Oh,
because we expect to fulfill our social obligations to each other. They need us, we need them, and so what we have, if they need it, we give. And what we lack, if we need it, they give it to us. And it's that same sort of relationship too between that ought to obtain between man and man.
マオリの美しい歌とかですね、詩を僕はいくつか見たり聞いたりしたことがあるんですけども、こういう美しい森のですね、なんか哲学というか、そういうものを歌った素晴らしいもし詩があったら、ぜひ日本の皆さんに紹介していただきたいんですが。
Which refers to nature in general. And it goes like this. Taka pau tūranga maumau, kei hea te tō I rangona nei. Ko te hiki o te wai, ko te hiki whakamua. Ko te hoki o te wai, ko te hoki whakamua. Kia mau, kia u, tū mai te u. Ngā taimi mihi, ngā wai mārama, o runga hunohi. Tangi kau nei ngā tai o te u. Mō rātou kua ngaro I te tirohanga kanohi. Ngā tōtara whakamaru mau. Ngā pau toko manawa o ngā whare maire o ngā māki o ngā tūpu. Tū mai ngā puke o te tonga, te whenua kua mahea. Te tangata kua ngaro, au e taupuri e.
マオリの言葉にはね、罵る言葉もなければ、もうサンキューというそのありがとうという言葉もないということは、もうみんなね、仲良しなんだ、一緒なんだと。地球というこの母の中ではみんなもう動物も植物も人間もみんなもう一緒なんだっていうことを強くこう教えてくれたわけですね。でやっぱり今このヨーロッパ文明の黄昏に僕たちは立ち会ってると思うんです。でイデオロギーも完全にもう崩壊しましたし、この後はその国家という政治の単位もなくなりつつある。で家族からさらに個人と、もう個人ももう時にはもうそう自我も崩壊してですね、本当地球っていう中にみんな一緒なんだって意識を本当持たなきゃならないという時代に本当に今立ち会ってると思うんです。まさに、その時代にあって素晴らしいその教訓を今回は与えていただいたと思います。